Definition of corruption. Corruption is the dishonest behavior by people with power in order to get a private gain or improve their situation. It can happen between individuals or businesses. In all cases of corruption, there's going to be someone who wins and someone who loses. For example, there are two students trying to get extra points for the final exam, and one of them gives the professor money to make sure he gets them. Different types of corruption. Political corruption. It happens when the government leaders abuse of their political power, and that is why it takes place at the top of the political system. It can happen in both private and public sectors. The goal of this type of corruption can be to get money from the government revenues, the private sector, or the economy in general, or to preserve or extend their power and influence. Business corruption. The abuse of power is made by higher authorities like police officers, and also includes the big firms and companies. Usually, they do it in order to avoid the financial and economical loss. Professional corruption. It is related to the people with degrees that is dishonest on their work and having unprofessional behavior. Who is harmed by corruption? Engaging in corrupt practices also creates a very unfavorable business environment by encouraging unfair advantage and anti-competitive practices, as well as allowing organized crime to flourish. Corruption is one of the primary obstacles to the economic development of a country. It undermines the rule of law, makes that fewer investors want to invest in the country, weakens trust in public institutions, and challenges democratic principles. About Siemens. Siemens is a German multinational company headquartered in Munich, Germany. Established in 1853 by Werner von Siemens and Johann Georg Halske. It expanded quickly and was faced with the rebuild of the entire company at the end of World War II. It is the largest Europe-based electronics and electrical engineering company. It's organized into 5 main sectors: industry, energy, healthcare, infrastructure, cities, and Siemens Financial Services. How Siemens got into the problem of corruption. Siemens has been one of the most successful companies in Germany for a long time, but after World War II, they faced a difficulty when competing with other companies in many Western countries. Because of this, they started seeking business opportunities in those developing countries. In order to succeed, having good and powerful contacts was the key, and since it was legal to pay bribes in Germany until 1999, the company spent a large amount of its revenues bribing corrupt officials from the governments of different countries and people from important multinational companies. The problem was that when it became illegal, thanks to the pressure that the US put on the German government, Siemens kept doing these bribes until 2003, when auditors bank noticed suspicious activity in their financial statements. What was the cost that Siemens had to pay for this problem? In 2008, Siemens agreed to pay a record total of $1.6 billion to American and European authorities to settle charges that inadvertently used bribes and slush funds to secure huge public work contracts around the world. What was the solution to fight corruption in Siemens? Siemens organized its business to take advantage of broad changes occurring in the world, globalization for one, and the aging population, which calls for a focus on healthcare and diagnostics. Adding an environmental portfolio in 2008, nowadays Siemens is one of the world's largest supplier of eco-friendly technology. As a Siemens employee, working in a country where laws and corruption are not enforced, how would you respond to the changes adopted by the company? It will be really difficult to adjust to the new anti-corruption policies because employees were used to work in a system where bribes are legal. And because of this, they thought it was good for the company. So by doing it, they were helping the company, and therefore they were making sure to continue having a job in a successful company. But at the same time, because of the job necessity, as a Siemens employee, we will follow the new system and change with the company. Conclusion. In these cases, ethics is important to keeping up the reputation of the company, for maintaining relationships with businesses and customers, also to maintain standards and employee morale, and for staying away from legal problems and battles. For this company's business ethics is the applied ethics discipline that addresses the moral features of commercial activity.